Azure DevOps, and then myself, Vimalkanna. And then these are the topics are covered in this webinar, such as Azure DevOps Overview, Azure DevOps features, and then components and benefits of Azure DevOps. And finally, we are going to see the product demo. For the first one, we are going to see about Azure DevOps Overview. Azure DevOps is a Microsoft product. It covers the entire development lifecycle of the software project. It is a software as a service platform from Microsoft. It provides an end-to-end DevOps tool for developing and deploying the software. Azure DevOps provides developer services for support teams to plan work, collaborate on code development, and build and deploy applications. It also integrates it with most leading tools on the market. And next one is Azure DevOps features. Azure DevOps provides many features to the users, such as dashboard controls, improved source control, plan and track your work, continuous integration and continuous deployment. ADO supports for manual and exploratory testings. And finally, we have integrated collaboration services. And the next one is a component of Azure DevOps. Azure DevOps is a modern DevOps tool for planning, developing, testing, and deploying the modern apps with optimized release cycle. ADO provides a good quality delivery of applications. Azure DevOps provides a tool which can help us to track the work progress of our software developing. And also Azure DevOps provides a tool to take the decision to deliver the good delivery of the software project. Azure DevOps services are not dependent on the cloud or a platform. Azure DevOps services are such as Azure Boards, Azure Repos, Azure Pipelines, Azure Test Plans, and Azure Artifacts. Now we are going to see the services of the Azure DevOps. For the first one, we are going to see the Azure Boards. In this Azure Boards, we can plan and track your work items across with our team members. In this Azure Boards, we can create work items like epics, user stories, bugs, defects like that. Here we can create many of the work items. By using these work items, we can track our work progress. And the next one is Azure Repos. Azure Repos is a service. It includes unlimited cloud hosted services. It provides us a private Git repository for our project. By using this Git repository, we can access all the Git clients, all the IDEs, all the editors to edit and deploy our code in our project. And next one is Azure Pipeline. Azure Pipeline is nothing but it is services to build and deploy a code automatically for our project. In this Azure pipelines, we are using the continuous integration and continuous deployment that works with any language like Java, Python, PHP, .NET like that. And also it supports any platform and cloud. And next one is Azure Artifacts. Azure Artifacts is nothing but it just manages the dependencies which are used in the source code. The Azure Artifacts can host and share the packages like npm, NuGet, Maven from the public and private sources in the feed. And next one is Azure Test Plans. Azure Test Plans provides a manual and exploratory testing tools to successfully test our software applications. And next one is Azure DevOps benefits. Here we can access the developing the software applications, deploying the software, and then monitor the software progress like that. Here we have a bunch of interfaces in one ADO, in one software like ADO. We don't need to open another software to testing. We doesn't need to open another software to deploy our application like that. We don't have this clumsy things. And then Azure DevOps provides continuous integration and continuous delivery in pipeline service. Azure DevOps provides automation testing in Azure Test Plans. And then ADO supports any platform like Eclipse, Visual Studio, Android Studio like that. Also ADO supports any languages like Java, Python, PHP, .NET, C, C++, C Hash like that. It can support any of the languages. And finally, ADO provides us App Insights. App Insights is nothing but it used to track our live work progress of the software project. And next one is a demo. Now we are going to see the product demo. And then this is the product homepage, Azure DevOps homepage. Here we can see the list of projects are present here. While lowering the cursor, it shows some small icons. These are the services are implemented in this particular project, and also we can configure the services in this project. Like what are the services you want means you just add. If you don't want any of the services means you can remove it. By clicking on this new project, we can create a new project. Here you have to enter the name of the project, and then here you have to add the description about the project. Like here you can add some of the few words about the project demo ADO. Now I add just a few words, and then here you can select the visibility like public or private. I just select it on public and then click on create. It will be created within some time. Like this, it will be created and it will be shown here. In this, here you can see the project is created here. By clicking on this particular project, we can move into this particular project. Here we can see the summary of the particular project, and then here you can see the description about the project, and then in the right side here you can see the project statistics. In the statistics we can see the how many work items are created, how many work items are completed, like that. Here you can see it, and below that here you can see the who are the members are present in this project, like that. Here you can see. And this is the first service is boards. In this boards we have a work items menu. In this work item menu we can see the list of work items are previously created. Each and every work items consists of any unique IDs. These unique IDs are generated by a system. It will be unique for each and every work items. And also here you can see some of the different logos are here, and then each logo will represent some of the particular work items. Like this book logo, it shows the user stories, and then this Chrome logo, it shows the epic, like that. By click on this epic, we can move into this epic. Here we can see the details. And then here we have to enter the title of the epic, and then this is the system generated unique ID. And then here we have to select a person who have to work in this particular work item, like that. Here we have to select, and then here we can add the tags, like this particular work item is related to application development or testing, or it is a bug means here we can add these tags, like development I added here, and then it is Android, like that, added here. And then here you can select the state of this particular work item, like newly created, or some of the persons are working in this particular work item means it is inactive, like that. Here we can change it. And then in this area section we have to select the location of this particular project, and then iteration of this particular project. And then in this description box we can give some of the few words about this particular epics or work item, like that. Here we can give it. In this discussion box, here we can discuss about what are the updates or what are the requirements or we need to complete this particular work item, like that. Here we can discuss with our team members. And then in the planning box, here we have to assign the priority value. Like if you want to do this particular work item within a particular date, like it is most important means here you can give the highest value. And also here we can give the risk, like it is most risky work item, or it's a medium risk, like that means here we can assign it. Also in this planning we can assign the starting date and the ending date of this particular work item. And in this epic we can check the history by clicking on this icon. We can check the history, what are the changes are done previously, like that. Here we can check it. If you want to add any of the other repository, or if you want to add any other work item with this work item, just click on this icon, and then here you can add it by using this add link. And then here you can check what are the attachments are added here. Like if you want to add any of the attachments related to this work item, here we can see it. And then here we can follow this work item by clicking on this follow. And then if any changes are done means we can save it. And then both work items, features, test plans, tasks are more or less equally. In this user stories we can assign the story points to the user stories. And then by using this filter pop-up we can If you know the work item ID means we can just type the work item ID like this. Otherwise, if you know the work item name means you also type the work item name like this. Here we can see the filtered work items. And then if you want to see only the type of work item like epic only, if you want to see only epic means just click on this types epic. If you want to see features means just click on this feature. If you don't want means just clear everything. And then we have to see the boards. In this boards, we can see the 4 columns. These 4 columns are nothing but these are the stages, 4 different stages. This first stage is a new stage. Here you can see some of the work items are newly created here. If you want to create a new work item, just click on this new work item and then enter the title and then edit the work item as previously I explained. If you are working in any of the work item which is newly presented, just drag and drop to active stage. It will be in active stage. We can work in this particular work item. If you completed this work item, just move to this active to resolved. It will be in the resolved state. Here we can check or update the any other requirements like that. Here we can update it. After fully finished this work item, just move to the close. It will move to the closed state. This work item is completely finished like that. Here we can assign it. Here you can see just only epic work items because here we have a filter like which you want like features or stories like that. Here we can change it. Now I just select the features. It will show the features or work items are present in this board. And then here you can see the analytics like it shows the graphical view of this work item progress. Here we can see how many work items are created per day, how many work items are completed per day like that. Here we can see it, and also here we have a filter to filter the work items like how many days like that. Here we can filter it by using this checkbox. You can see only closed, or if you want to see closed with resolved means here we can modify it. And the next one is a backlog menu. Here we can see the list of work items are presented in this backlog menu. These are sorted in the order of which work item is most important like that. It will be sorted in that order. If you have any idea to assign these work items into the iterations means just click on this view option. Here we have a planning. In this planning, we have the list of sprints which are already created. Here you can see this iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3. These are the sprint names. This iteration 1, iteration 2 are. If you want to add this particular user story to this any of these iterations means just drag and drop to this particular iteration. It will be saved. Here the notification is give. And then in this iteration tile, here you can see the 24/9 like that. Here we see the numbers. This just indicates that the 24 user stories are present in this particular iteration. 9 tasks are present in this particular iteration. 2 bugs are present in this particular iteration. Like that, it will gives a short view of the iteration. And then here we can see the current status. This current status is nothing but it will just the lifetime of this work item is within the current date, so it shows the current date. If it is in past means it shows the past status. And then next one is sprints. Previously, I explained the user stories consist of the task, bugs like that. These are the tasks created within this user stories. And then here you can see the bug is created within this user stories. Here it is more or less same as the boards. Here you can see the list of iterations are present here. I previously explained the status about current, past, and future. If you want to create a new sprint means just click on new sprint. Here you have to enter the name like sprint 4 like that, and then here you can select the starting date and ending date of the sprint, and then here you can select the location and then click on create. It will be created and shown here. Here you can see the sprint 4 is created and the status is a future like that. It will shows. And then coming to the backlog is previously I explained in this backlog menu, and then move on to the capacity. In this capacity, we can see the team members who are present in our team, and then some of the team members are very skilled in some activities like designing, developing, testing, like that. Some of them are more familiar. Here we can assign the activities, and then here we can assign the hours per day, like how many hours the person would work on this particular activity, like that. Here we can assign it. And then analytics is nothing but as same as the boards, it shows a graphical view. And then next we have to see the queries. And then this is the previously created queries. Here we can see it. And then in the right side pane, here we can see the summary details about the queries, like name and then description about the queries, and then planning details about the queries, like that. Here we can see it. And then move to the editor. Here we have to give the condition. Query is nothing but it is another type of filter. So here you have to give a condition for filtering the work items, and then after the condition is passed, just click on run query. It will execute and display the output here. Here you can see it. We have two query outputs. If you want to create a chart with the result of this output, means we can create it, and then these other charts are previously created here. If you want to create a new chart, means just click on new chart. It pops up a new window. Here in this left side box, you can have different types of charts, like pie bar, pie chart, column chart, like that. Here we can have, just select any one of the chart and then select the filter, like which one you want, like area ID, like that, and then click on OK. It will be generated here. You can see it. If you want to configure, means just click on these three dots. We can configure it, and also we can delete it. And the next one is a delivery plans. Delivery plans is nothing but here you can assign the lifetime of the particular iteration, like that. Here you can see this particular iteration one is assigned from July to September. Within this particular lifetime, we have to finish this work iterations, and in this iteration we have some work items like these epics. We have to complete these work items within the particular time. And also in delivery plan, we have markers like this color, Agile, and then Agile boards. These are the markers which it represents the particular date we have to complete this work. Like that, here we have to enter it. And then this is the permanent marker, today's. It shows the today's date. And then here you can see some other teams are added in this particular delivery plan. And then if you want to see the previous or past, means just drag this calendar to left and right. We can see the previous and past delivery plans. If you want to zoom in and zoom out, means we can have these options to zoom in and zoom out. Just check it. If you want to configure any of the delivery plan, like if you don't want this mark on, means we can remove it by in the setting option. Just click on the setting. Here we can edit the name and description about the project. And then here we can adding the teams or removing the teams. That will be possible here. If you want to add any field criteria, I mean, just click on this field criteria. We can add it. If you want to add or remove any of the marker, means just click on here. It will be removed. If you want to add, means just click on add marker. It will be added. And then coming to the next one, it is a fields. Here we can see what are the fields are showing, so need to show in this particular epics or a particular work items, like that. Here you have to select. If you want all of the fields, means just click on all fields and then click on save. It will just and now we can see this all of the work items are showing the all fields, like that. Here you can see it, like what is the stage of this field and whom assigned to this field, like that. Here we can see it. And next one is a plans. Plans is nothing but both are similar to the delivery plans. Here we have a small difference, like zoom in and zoom out option. We have a sliding bar. We can slide this to zoom in and zoom out. And then next one is a test plans. Here we can test our software applications. It will provide some of the tools to test our software applications. And then here you can see some of the test cases are previously created. If you want to create a new test case, means just to click on this new test case. It will be open a new window. Here we can enter the name, like previously I explained in this how to create a epic like that. Both are more or less same. One small difference is here we have to enter the steps, what are the actions to be done in this test case like that. Here we have to add it, and then for example this is a previously created um, test case. Here we can see the name is added, and then it will generate a unique ID for system for this test case, and then here we can see the steps are added here. If you want to configure with these steps means we can use these options, and then here we can see the developments, what are the developments are added here like that. Here we can see it. If you want to execute this test case means just click on this execute menu. Here you can run only one test case, or also if you want to run multiple test case means just click on multiple, and then click on run for web application. It will run in your web application. If you don't want web application means just click on desktop application. We have to download this Azure test plan software and then click on launch. It will be launch the test plans, test cases, and then just now I click for run for web application. It pop-ups a new tab. Here we can see it. Yeah, here we can see the steps are executed successfully. If the steps are executed successfully means just change the status to pass test. If it rises any error means just you can assign to fail status. Here we have to add a comment. What is the problem like that? Here we have to add, and then click on save and close. It will be saved. Here you can see the test is passed, and here you can see some of the tests are failed. If you want to draw a chart means just click on the chart. Here you can previously created a chart. It was as well as same as the queries chart. By click on this new, we can create a new test case charts based on the result and the test cases. And then here you can see the short view about the test plan, like the lifetime of the test plan, like July 28 to September 30, and then it shows the current status. And then here you can see how many percentage test cases are run, how many test cases are passed like that. Here you can see it. If you want to see full view of report means just click on the progress report. Here we can see it, how many days are some of the test cases are created, how many test cases are executed, how many test cases are passed like that. Here we can check it by the progress report option in the graphical view. Here we can see it, and then next one is dashboards. The dashboard is nothing but it will show the whole project process. It will show in this dashboard in a graphical view. Here you can see what are the work items are assigned to this particular person like that. Here we can see it. Here we have a burn down chart. This burn down chart is nothing but it shows how many work items are remaining to complete it like that. Here it will show here. And then here we have a burn up chart. It is nothing but it shows how many work items are created in particular days like that. Here we can see it, and then here we can see the cumulative flow diagram. And then next one is Azure Repos. Azure Repos is nothing but here we can integrate with the GitHub repository. By clicking on this down arrow, here we can manage those repositories, like creating a new sub repository or import any new repository like that. Here we can manage it, and then here we have a agile repository. It is a previously created repository, and then here you can see some of the files are created here. These are the source code. By clicking on the source code, it will show the programming code here. Here you can see it. If you want to edit means just click on edit, we can edit it. If you want to see the histories, what are the histories for this particular programming code, here you can check in the history menu. And then next one is a compare. Here we can compare the two codes between the two codes. Here we can compare it, what are the differences are in these two codes like that. Here we can compare it. And then in this repos menu, we have some of the commits, pushes, branches, menus, submenus. There is nothing but here we can add any of the branches like that. Here we can add it. If you want to add any tag like developing, testing for the particular work items, here we can add the tags. And the next one is a pipelines. Pipeline is nothing but it will automatically create a code and then execute it for our project. Here we can see some of the pipelines are previously created. We just click on this particular pipeline. It will show the summary about the particular pipeline, like when the pipeline is executed, how much time it takes to execute, like that. Here we can see it, and then what is the status of the particular pipeline, like that. Here we can see it. If you want to create a new pipelines, just click on this new pipeline. Here we have to select our code. In this area, we have the Azure Repos. We don't need to move on to any other interfaces. We have the Azure Repos. In this Azure Repos, we have a code like Agile. In this Agile project, we have a code. Here we can select the configure your pipeline, like which platform we have to need, like that. Here we can select it, and then I just select one. Here we can see the sample program for this particular pipeline. If you want to edit means we can edit it. If you just save and run means just click on the save and run. Here you have to add the description about this pipeline and then click on save and run. It will be created a new pipeline and then it will be successfully executed. And then here you can see the summary about this particular pipeline. And the next one is Azure Artifacts. Azure Artifacts is nothing but it is a bunch of dependencies which are used in the source code. It shows dependencies which are used in the source code, like that. It is one of the service of Azure DevOps. And then in this Azure Artifacts, we can connect with MAV and like that. Here we can connect the private sources. And then that's all about Azure DevOps product tour. Now we again go to the presentation.
Vimal?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. We have only 3 minutes left.
Yeah. Okay. And then finally, you can see the Azure Boards curriculum. Here we have some of the topics like ADO basics and then Azure Boards. And then these other topics are covered in the training part. And then finally, we are here to establish our services and establish our workshops. What are we providing for our career growth? Here we can see it. And then for the first one, we can see the services what are providing in our organization, like consulting services, professional services, implementation services, like that. Some of the services are providing in our organization. And the next one is a workshop. Here we can provide a certification workshop for PMI and SAFE, and then here and also technology workshop for PPM, and then best practice workshop for PMI. If you have any doubts or clarification, just go through our website. In that website, we have a full detailed about workshops and services. And then that's all about Azure DevOps webinar. If you have any questions, kindly ask it in chat box or using mic.
If anyone has any question, you can just raise it. So you can unmute and you can ask, or you can put it in your chat too, so we'll be able to answer. Also, we have shared the feedback form in the chat, so if take time to fill out and submit it. And we saw that some missed because of some issues that we faced. So the recordings will be shared in 24 to 48 hours.